welcome back to Life in Richmond with Hank Ballinger. Today I want to talk about the difference between you working and hiring someone else to work. And I think you'll find out real quickly by the scenarios we have on the board that it will pay you big dividends to pay someone else to work. So let's go over that. Before we get into that, again, I would like to say appreciate those who follow the channel, those who subscribe and like, if you will, like and subscribe to the channel. If you will, share it with others, share it on Facebook, share it everywhere you can. Again, maybe in someone's birthday card, when you give them a birthday card, just tell them to subscribe to the channel. So make great birthday gifts, so any gift. So we really appreciate it. For those who are following our channel, I appreciate it. And again, just share that with others. We would greatly appreciate it. As we look at this today, anybody can get out and work. Well, if you look at America today, you may have a really good case arguing that point and say, well, a lot of people are not working. That's true, but they will be governed by the government. You don't want that. There are many, many ways that you could get out. You can make a good living just with a little bit of thinking. Napoleon Hill years ago wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. Great book. I encourage everybody to read it. This is one of those scenarios. If you will just think a little bit, you will see that you can make a lot of money. So in my scenario today, I live in Richmond, Kentucky. I recently stopped at one of these detailing places. And I asked the guy, I said, how much would it cost for you to detail my truck? You know, that's wash it, wax it, clean the inside, clean the carpet, clean the seats, the tires, clean the door jambs, the hood, you know, underneath, to do the whole thing. And he said, $275. Okay, now you will have to go with me on some scenarios here. Some of it you may say, well, that doesn't work, but just go with me on here. You will see the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so let's say you could do one car a day, you yourself. If you could do one car a day and it took you 8 hours to do that car, to do the washing, the waxing, cleaning the wheels, the inside, the carpet, everything, if it took you 8 hours, you could do one car a day and you would make $275. Now that's not bad. That's not bad. But if you look at that, you're doing all the work. How much more could you do? None. You could do 2 a day. You're working 16 hours. You would double your money, $275. So you'd be making $550. But you would have no time. And now you have reached your max. You can't get any more than that. Let's look at another way. Let's say you hire 10 guys. In today's time, would be a monumental task to hire 10 guys that are good workers. You could do it. It may take you a while. You might have to let some go, but eventually you get 10 good workers, okay? And let's say you work them 8 hours a day. So you're paying these 10 guys $10 an hour. Now, I know what you're thinking. You can't pay somebody $10 an hour and then work. Not today. Go with me on this. So let's say you paid them $10 an hour. They work 8 hours. Each person you're paying $80 a day. Now, if you have 10 workers and each one gets one car per day, you're getting 10 cars per day completed and detailed. Now, those 10 cars at $275 a day means you're making $2,750. You say, yeah, but I've still got to pay my workers. Let's look at that. If you take the $80 per day times 10 workers, that's $800. So you're making $27.50 a day. You're paying out $800. You are clearing $1,950. Now, will all of these numbers work out exactly that way every single day? Not a chance. Not a chance. It's not going to happen. But what will happen is you will make more than you having to work for 8 hours and only making $275. But if you made $1,950 at the end of the month, you would make $39,000. And do you know how many cars you have detailed? 0. Remember, you have hired 10 guys to do the work. So could you possibly, if you've got one city and you think 10 cars detailed every day is about the max, and you've got a pretty good business, but you've maxed that city out, you could go to another city and start the same thing. There is no limits as to the possibilities. Just one business. Now, let's say you look at me and you say, now, I think there is no way you can pay somebody $10 an hour. There's no way. Not only will they not work it, but if you paid them $10 an hour, you're not going to get a very good worker. Granted, you're probably right. So let's say you paid them $15 an hour. In 8 hours, each employee, you would pay $120. You have 10 workers. Each one of them still get 1 car a day completed. 10 cars per day. 10 cars, $275 a car, same as before, $2,750. But you're paying your employees more. You're still making $2,750, but your labor has gone up because you're 50% more paid. You're paying them $15 an hour. So, but now your pay per day is at $1,200. So you're making $2,750. You're paying out $1,200. You're only making $1,550 a day. That's still a lot better than $275. And at the end of the month, you're making $31,000. And remember, you have still not detailed the first car yourself. You could still go other places, start similar businesses. Now, let's say you say, well, yeah, but even at $15, you're still not getting really good workers. Maybe we could up the ante and maybe get a little better workers. Let's see what that would look like. Let's say we paid these workers $20 an hour and they work at 8 hours. Well, that's going to be exactly double this, isn't it? Because here you're paying them $10 an hour, here you're paying them exactly double. 8 guys, each one is making $160 a day. You have 10 workers, they're all getting 1 car a day done, still. 10 cars at $275, you're still making $2,750. You're paying your employees well. You're paying them $20 an hour. And in a day's time, you're still making $2,750. You are paying your employees more. So now you can get better employees, possibly even rob employees from other people, from other places. You go to a restaurant, let's say you go to a restaurant some night, you're sitting there eating, you see some person waiting on tables and they're really busting it out. They're really good. They got a great attitude. They're really going after it. And you get to talking to them, say, hey, if you don't mind me asking, do they pay you pretty good here? No, not really, or maybe it's okay. You say, hey, would you be interested in $20 an hour? You won't have to be cooped up inside all day. Maybe you could get a little fresh air. Would you be interested in $20 an hour? Maybe they are. So now you can start getting better workers. You're still making $2,750 a day. Now you're out $1,600 a day. you're only making $1,150 a day. By my math, that still beats $275, and you have still not detailed the first car yourself. At the end of the month, you now have made $23,000. Now, that's good money. Could you, again, have a business in one town, then go to another town and start another business? Absolutely. Could you go to different states and start businesses? Yes. Might you have to change the paradigm just a little? Yes, you might. Let's say you've got 10 workers. If you don't have someone over those 10 workers, you may have some rough workers. They may be, anytime you're not looking, they'll be on the cell phone, they'll be goofing off, they'll be over here talking rather than doing their job, and at the end of the day, you don't have your 10 cars done. So what you could do is put one guy that is a worker over the crew. You could do that. Or you could hire a guy that's his whole job is to keep the crew going. You don't have to do anything. You may even tell him, I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to keep them going. And might you be able to pay somebody, if you're making $23,000 a month, might you be able to pay him $30 an hour or maybe even $40 an hour? If you double his pay, each one of these guys is making $160. He would be making $320 a day, but still, that's just like 2 more workers. At the end of the month, you're still going to be making a lot of money. And now you've got a guy over the crew to keep them going. Now, I know a lot of this seems like it's far-fetched. And you may say, well, I don't want to start a detailing company. The same principle here could apply to many different jobs. It doesn't have to be car detailing. Maybe you would like to start a mom and pop's fix-it. You know, where people call and say, hey, would you come paint my living room? Or would you come put down some flooring? Or would you come do some little odd jobs around my house? There is a ton of money to be made doing that. Now, do those people have to be a little more qualified? Yes, absolutely. You don't want a novice, somebody who has never laid floors or never fixed a commode. You don't want them going in to do that kind of stuff. So those guys may even be paid a little more, but you're probably going to be charging a little more. Now, is it hard to get those guys? Yes. The principle I want to go over here is the fact that this idea, this concept could be done on many different jobs, on many different levels. Might you have to pay the main guy pretty good to just kind of go over these crews, keep them going, keep them motivated, keep them doing a good job to where you don't have a lot of people bringing cars in with scratches on them or seats torn or things like that. Yes, you're going to have a good guy that knows what he's doing to motivate these guys, keep them going, keep them motivated, and keep them doing the right thing. But you can do that. Remember, there is a lot of money to be made. Now, a lot of these businesses like this are called SMEs, small and medium enterprises. Now, in America, small and medium enterprises makes up a large percent. I think it's about 80 to 85% of all money or all income on jobs across America. That is a lot of money just because somebody has the gumption to think a little different. Now, yeah, nothing wrong if you want to detail a car every day. Nothing wrong with that. You could make $275 a day minus the equipment that you buy. Are you going to have to buy more equipment here? Yes. But remember, you're making good money. You can afford that. That's part of doing business. That's the cost of doing business. What I'm saying here is think and grow rich. Do you have to have some gumption to do this? Yes. You have to hire people. You have to trust these people. You have to train these people. You have to pay them while you're teaching them how to do the job. You've got to be putting money out before they really even know what they're doing. It's part of doing business. But this is possible on many different levels. I encourage you, think, plan, have goals, set those goals, work hard to achieve those goals. You can do it, and you can become redneck rich. Thank you.